So today I'm going to be talking about something that affected me my whole entire life and something that I'm still dealing with now as an adult, and it's something that I think is very common but has also been covered very well or just kind of not talked about as much as it should be, and that is dealing with lack of confidence or self-confidence, self-belief. It could be caused by, a bad upbringing. It could be caused by just not feeling confident in yourself, not confident in the way you look, the way you feel, maybe the way you're treated by others. I think it's a very vicious circle, and once you're down in any way, it just keeps attacking and attacking and attacking. I think it can also cause a lot of other issues like depression or anxiety, a lot of different other mental health issues. And I think confidence is something that should be talked about a lot more, and something that we should be, helping each other with and bringing each other up with. I think there's a lot of negativity out there, and there's a lot of other people trying to bring other people down, or jealous of people because they're successful. Instead, we should all be coming together and just rising above it and just helping each other out, and just accepting that people may not be as confident as you are, and just helping them out with that rather than judging them. I'm just going to tell you kind of briefly my story, and then I will tell you a couple of different tips on how you can improve your confidence, and then I will do a separate video on how to fake confidence for an interview or whatever needs be, something that you'll need a lot of confidence for. This video is something that I've wanted to do for a long time, but I felt like I couldn't talk about it until I was ready, or I felt like I could give other people advice on the issue. When you're dealing with something yourself, it's very hard to give advice when you haven't even, figured out how to deal with it yourself. So this is really hard for me to talk about, so just bear with me. So ever since I was a very young girl, I've always lacked confidence, and I had a very good childhood, so it's not always down to how you were brought up. I was always kind of alone. I never had many friends. I would always kind of cling to one person. I'd have one really good friend, I'd just cling to them. I would never be kind of associated with a group or anything like that. My parents would bring me to different activities and things like that, like Irish dancing, other types of dancing, so many different activities outside of school, and I'd always kind of go maybe once or twice and then not go again. And I was so scared, I was so anxious, I didn't want to be around a group of people, I couldn't mix with people very well. My parents could never understand it. Even when we were on holidays, they'd be like, go on off there now and make some friends, and I'd be like, how do you do that? I found it very hard to mix with people. People would talk over me like I don't exist, and there's nothing more hurtful than feeling invisible and not feeling good enough. And sorry, I just wish that these people could see what they're doing, and I know they're not doing it on purpose, but it is awful to make someone else feel like they're not good enough. And I ask myself sometimes, I think, do these people not realize what they're doing, to shut someone off, to pretend like they're not even there? Do they go home, do they not think about it? Do they not feel guilty about it? I said, that's it, I'm not going to be alone anymore. Life is too short, I need to start mixing with people. So I did, and I actually did some pretty bad things just to be accepted. Things that I'm still regretting now, and some things that I'm dealing with now. Just so they would like me and I would feel accepted. But the thing is, deep down, I never really was accepted, or never really felt accepted by those people. And the fact that I had to do these bad things to make them like me should have been, alarm bells should have been going off in my head that these are not real friends if they expect me to do these things. But yeah, I did a lot of bad things, maybe things that they didn't expect me to do, but I did them for them to like me. And you know, I'll never forget one day I was on the bus home and I saw about 4 of them walking together, and they were going to town to the cinema. And I can't tell you how hurt and how upset I was that they didn't think to invite me. That's when I kind of stepped back again. I graduated from school and went to college, and again kind of kept to myself a lot of the time. I had a couple of friends, but really kept to myself, and still now to this day something I'm still struggling with. But I think YouTube has brought me on heaps and bounds, and I can identify now where my insecurities are and what my issues are, so I can now focus on them to become a better person and to become more confident in myself. I am just as good as anyone else, just like you are just as good as anyone else out there. Nobody is better than you. No one has the right to say that they are better than you. You are your own person. You have your own talents. You know, you have your own insecurities. We all make mistakes, but you are your own person, and you can be anything that you want to be. And don't let anyone tell you any different. Don't let anyone bully you, make you feel invisible. Because you are not invisible. You are your own person, and you can rise above all these people and achieve anything that you want to achieve. So enough about me. I'm just going to give you a few different tips and advice that you could maybe bring into your life that will help you deal with your confidence, or help you bring out your confidence and develop who you are as a person. The first thing you need to do is completely change your perspective. You need to identify your talents. Everybody has talents. Everyone is born with talents. You need to find your talent and focus on it. And in turn, that will make you feel better about yourself, that you have something unique about you that no one else has, whether it be a makeup artist, a singer, an actor, anything. You have a talent, and you need to focus on that talent, and that will help develop you as a person. The next thing, and the most important thing, is to recognize your insecurities. Stand in front of a mirror, do whatever you need to do, make a list, find out what you're insecure about, what your insecurities are, write them down if you need to, and you need to understand that everybody has insecurities, everybody makes mistakes, but you can't let these insecurities bring you down. You need to be made aware of them so you can deal with them, but realize that everybody has insecurities, and you need to rise above these insecurities. The next thing you need to do is to stop comparing yourself to others, and this is something that I'm so guilty of. You know, I always look at people and I'm like, oh, I wish I was as talented as them or as successful as them, but you got to realize that there's always going to be people out there prettier than you, more talented than you, richer than you, you know, more successful than you, but you need to forget about everyone else and just focus on yourself. You will not become successful or rich or be able to, you know, blossom your talents if you don't focus on yourself. So you just need to forget about everyone else and just focus on yourself. Next thing is you need to have a positive mindset, and yes, this is the hardest thing to do, because when everything is going wrong, it's very hard to stay positive. Just do everything in your power not to think negative, because once a negative thought hits your mind, you're just going to keep thinking negative and negative and negative, and then in turn it's also going to bring negative things into your life as well. And you know, a lot of people will laugh at this and think, whatever, it's going to happen if it's going to happen. Yes, everything does happen for a reason. Something may happen to you for you to learn and, you know, develop yourself as a person. Yes, negative things are going to happen to us, but we just need to think positive to help bring all these other positive things into our lives. The next thing is to be nice to others. If you are nasty to others, again, it's going to just bring negative thoughts into your mind, negative feelings. You're not going to hurt anyone else. Well, you are. You are going to hurt other people by saying nasty things to them, but you are not bringing any negativity into their lives. So by calling them ugly or fat or whatever, it's not going to make them ugly or fat. It's just going to make you look bad as a person, and it's also going to just bring more negativity into your life. So just remember, before you write a nasty comment, the only person you're hurting really is yourself. Depending on who they are as a person, it could tear someone down, or they could just delete it and carry on with their lives. And this is what I'm trying to say. We need to not let these negative things bring us down, but also if you were the person writing these negative things, you need to stop, because it is not a nice thing to do to bring someone else down. You need to think before you speak and before you write. Whether it's behind a computer screen or to their face, it is wrong. No matter what you're going through in your life, you have no right to make someone else feel miserable or bad about themselves. The last and most important thing to me, and I think this is the thing that helped me kind of get back on track, and that is feeling grateful for everything you have. You know, make a gratitude list, list all the things that you have in your life that you're grateful for, and I promise you, you know, there is going to be a lot of other people out there that are not as lucky as you, and you need to realize this and be thankful for that. You know, you should be very appreciative for what you have in your life. You are a very lucky person. And if there's anything that you're going through right now, there's always a light at the end of the tunnel. And sometimes we need to go through bad things for more positive things or more happiness to happen in our lives. So guys, that's pretty much it for this video. I hope it has helped you in some way. If you have any questions or if you want to talk, feel free to email me or message me on any of my social networking sites. Of course, I will do anything in my power to help, and I will leave everything in the description box. And just remember, don't let anyone make you feel anything but special, because that's what you deserve. Life is too short to be anything but happy. So I hope you have a nice day, and I will see you guys in my next video. Mwah.